Everything's on almost complete lockdown right now.
No nos permiten entrenar en el agua.
We had 2 weeks of just normal training, and then suddenly the world just seemed to change completely.
The Tokyo Olympics have been postponed until 2021. The decision followed weeks of countries imposing social distancing measures and quarantines. That's forced athletes to find ways to stay healthy and keep training in their homes. Here's how they've adjusted.
It's quite a surreal experience.
Kiri Tanto Donati is a rower for the Italian team. They've been allowed to keep training on the water, but only in individual boats to avoid spreading coronavirus between athletes.
Coming from 40 people in a gym, sweating and being, athletes all together, it's become very quiet.
They've had to replace gym equipment with things they've got at home.
You can't invent a kind of leg press or a squat rack in most houses. So we were joking about buying lots of flour and curls and things like that with household items. One of my teammates cleaned out her family barn so that she can put the rowing machine and a few weights in there.
Other athletes are also improvising. Canadian climber Alana Yip is using a KitchenAid mixer instead of weights. And Dutch rower Sophie Sauer is taking advantage of her stairs.
So there are 3 levels of stairways before we enter the apartment, and I've done squat jumps every step.
For some athletes, quarantine has been especially challenging.
Hi everyone!
South African gymnast Caitlin Rooskrantz typically trains at a gym in Johannesburg 5 hours a day, 6 days a week. In mid-March, that shrunk to just 3 hours a day, in one small group.
Our gym is always full, and there's always many coaches helping us out. As we only have our one coach.
But when South Africa entered a nationwide lockdown, she had to start doing all her training at home.
We don't have the proper surface to be able to land safely, but we do have the basic necessities to just keep things like your flexibility.
Fitness is more than just physical training. American cyclist Lawson Craddock would normally be in the middle of his competition season, but he's been using this period of isolation to focus on mental health.
Normally this time of year, you're always traveling, and it's hard to continue meditation, yoga, all that stuff. And so for me, the last week or two has kind of been try to maintain that a bit more, to spend time with my family and take advantage of it.
Alana Yip usually trains at her local climbing gym. But now, stuck at home in Vancouver, she's been using a mindfulness technique that also helps her calm down before competitions.
I'd say I've been doing it every day, maybe even a couple times a day.
It's called color breathing.
What I like to imagine is that you're filled with the color of anxiousness, sort of a swirly black smoke, and I inhale fresh air around me, and which is the color of calmness. So to me, that's blue. And I'll inhale calmness and exhale that nerves and anxiety.
Where practice isn't possible at all, visualizing the process can be effective too. Tamara Echegoyen sails for Spain and won a gold medal in 2012. Until she can get back on the water, she's rehearsing the motions of sailing at a training center in Santander.
Nuestro deporte también va mucho con feeling. Las manos nos transmiten sensaciones porque vas moviendo las velas, el viento provoca sensaciones en la cara, el agua cuando te choca, y cuando lo consigues es como si estuvieses encima del barco. Entonces lo que te permite es seguir automatizando pasos y sensaciones para cuando vuelvas al agua la sensación no es que sea estado 30 días sin estar.
In many ways, these athletes are already prepared for lockdowns and delays. They've learned to stay resilient through injuries and mental hurdles that have forced them to rework their entire routine.
So many things can happen that can really mess up your season, your plans.
If anything, sport, I think, really teaches you to be adaptable and flexible.
Cuando tú te lesionas y no puedes seguir entrenando, trabajas desde tierra en muchos aspectos para que no haya tanta pérdida. Pues es un poco lo que se está haciendo aquí.
The whole time, we kept asking our coach, is there a possibility that they will cancel it, and I mean, you don't work your whole life for something just for it to be obviously taken away, but at the same time, it gives us more time to prepare.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a lovely afternoon, evening, day.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Click the link here to sign up for a free membership trial. As a Quartz member, you'll get access to our full collection of videos, where you'll find episodes on everything from dealing with uncertainty to rewiring your brain with mindfulness.